Shaq said, I ain't trust no woman. I ain't talking to no woman about how I'm feeling. Why would I talk to a woman about how I'm feeling? I wanted to break this down from a licensed therapist perspective because as much attention Shaq got about his thoughts around not sharing with women, I feel like a lot of men, we struggle with the same thing. We don't trust women enough to open up, right? So I'm going to break this down so you guys sit back, relax, and we're going to talk about it right now. All right, so let's get into it.
I guess.
You open up to a woman?
Yeah.
Never. No, never.
When's the last
He said never.
time you think you've opened up to a woman?
We don't.
Don't do it.
In your whole life?
Bro, I'm
Nope. Country Wayne said nope too.
telling you. They
Man,
gon-
got players like I could. Me and him related.
yeah.
It's our first time meeting,
Yeah,
but
I
I
can tell
did.
you.
Might have had a conversation off camera. I'm not too sure. They've obviously, I mean, they probably had a bond, maybe a story or something like that. But it just wasn't country. It was, excuse me, it wasn't just Shaq. It was Country Wayne said the same thing.
You
Yeah,
guys, there's
no, I
some
don't.
connection here.
Oh no,
If they gonna tell you, you can.
because you know why?
Right. I don't know if you guys heard what Country Wayne said. He said they will tell you can, meaning women will tell you can open up. But I wonder if they attempted or they tried and what actually happened. Because it sounds like Country Wayne, he may have gotten an invitation to open up and say, like, hey, I guess they say you can just, hey, talk to me, open up about whatever it is that you need to open up about. But let's see.
But it's a trap.
Because you know why?
Said it's a trap. Is it a trap? Women, I want to hear from y'all. Do y'all really be trying to trap men when you say open up, allow men to open up with you? Do you really be trying to trap men? I'm kind of curious to know. Maybe if you guys are honest, you guys admit it. If not, it's all good as well too. I personally don't think it's a trap, but let's hear a little bit more about it could be a trap. I don't know. Some women may weaponize opening up, but if you come from that perspective, you're not going to open up. So what, as a man, why are you going to open up if a woman's going to weaponize like your emotions, right?
I'm trapped
No.
like a motherfucker.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because once you do, whenever something go down, they're gonna throw it back in your face.
There it is. I think a lot of men, we feel this way, right? We feel this same exact way. We feel the same exact way. And this isn't evident by like speculation, I don't think, because I think Shaq's coming from a standpoint of experience, not like, oh, I heard or I seen this done. I'm pretty sure, again, shout out to Shaq. He's one of my favorite players of all time. He's the Bruz, two roots of the Bruz, all that good stuff, right? Love Shaq. Love him as a person, entrepreneur, basketball player, businessman. He's hella funny. Shaq's one of my favorite people in the world, hands down. But I feel as if Shaq may have been hurt or somebody, maybe his previous relationships, or maybe it doesn't have to be a relationship too. You know what I mean? Because the first woman men typically fall in love with is, their mother and mother figure. You know what I mean? And sometimes you learn how to treat women around your mom or maybe like your sister, if you have a sister, you learn how to treat women, right? I feel like Shaq's speaking from experience and not from speculation. I feel like most men, we do give that opportunity sometimes. And with men, we're not very forgiving. We're not very forgiving at all. We will hold on to something, I think sometimes a little bit stronger than women, but we only give that one chance. That one chance. And if it's that one chance, and in any circumstance, if somebody breaks that, when you open up to them and like they throw it back in your face, it's only one chance, right? And when I say one chance, doesn't mean one chance in each relationship or each encounter. Men, we're going to carry that into the next relationship and the next relationship. It's like rollover minutes back in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? Like, you don't use it this time. Like, I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to keep rolling it over. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Shaq is coming from a standpoint of like hurt a bit. I'm pretty sure there was a point of time where it was thrown in his face. I personally had that be weaponized against me in relationships, and also, opening up to folks and not trusting folks. You know, it's one thing to trust folks with like tangible things, like your car or like money or things of that nature. It's another thing for men for us to trust somebody with our emotions. You know what I'm saying? It's another thing for men to be allow somebody to trust them with their emotions. And it takes just one time. Maybe that one time is like, hey, look, I'm gonna try, or maybe it was accidental. Like, hey, babe, this was going on. You know, that's how I feel. Da, 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 da. And a lot of times, and I've even counted this myself, is that sometimes when you open up to women, then sometimes whoever you're opening up to may take that thing personally. You know what I mean? So like if you're open up to your, fellas, pretty sure maybe y'all experienced this. When you open up to your lady, right? You may open up to your lady, and for some odd reason, it becomes personalized on her end, right? Because you can be honest about something or about how you feel about a certain situation or issue in a relationship, and it's turned back against you because now that you opened up, you have the problem. I don't think a lot of y'all really connect what I'm saying, but I feel Shaq when he's saying this. But I also feel that it's not really too wise to have that as a core belief. You know what I mean? Like when you don't open up, and if this is coming from a defense, like this is a defense mechanism, right? Not opening up is a defense mechanism. By not opening up, you're not allowing other people to assist you, help you understand what's going on, right? But this is a huge trust issue. I feel like it's particularly men and our mental health. Like, a lot of folks, even like clients I'm working with, a lot of folks have issues opening up. You know what I mean? Like, why would I trust you with your emotions, especially as a therapist, and I don't even know you? And the people I've actually known had connections with actually utilize my emotions to attack it back on me. Man, that's a word because a lot of folks are like, okay, why can't I get my man to do therapy? Why can't I get him to open up? Why can't I get him to talk? You don't trust you. You don't trust nobody else with your emotions, right? He might trust you as a partner with the kids or going out, whatever it is. But that emotional trust is a whole different level. We talk about a whole different ballgame. We talk about a whole different ballgame when it comes to that emotional trust. I feel Shaq, but again, and this is probably coming from a standpoint, again, I'll give you my perspective as a man, but also as a therapist. The therapist side of me says that it's not healthy to have this as a core belief. But the man in me understands. And sometimes it's hard to explore who you can and trust, who you can trust and not trust with your emotions, especially when you've tried before. Right? Because it's not like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to trust this person again, and I'm gonna try to trust somebody differently. It's like, no, I'm just not gonna run the risk. I'd rather not say anything because there's gonna be no benefit. I don't see any benefit of it, right? Typically, men, we are very logical to a certain extent. So we see things as, very methodical. It's like, okay, this goes with this piece, this goes with that piece, this goes with that piece. If there's a piece missing, we're like, okay, well, is that worth fixing, or is there like some troubleshooting, right? Because men, we typically try to fix things, ourselves. And sometimes you resort back to that because when that emotional support was outsourced, you know what I mean? When that emotional support was outsourced and you're looking for somebody else to help you with that, and it's not being done, and your expectations aren't met, why would you trust them? Why would you trust anybody with that? But I do, again, understand where Shaq's coming from. It's not a healthy thought to have. It's more of a protective mechanism at this point because I feel like, again, he's tried this in the past and it didn't work. I don't think he's speaking from like, okay, well, I think if I don't share, I think if I share, then somebody's gonna throw it in his face. That's what I'm thinking. But let's continue to watch the rest of the video.
I've had
That's why.
that.
Real.
That's why. So you can't ever.
That's why you cry because your dad left.
Yeah.
Even business though, like that rule even go for business.
Oh,
like
for
you stay up, your contracts keep coming. So it's just a universal law.
So I guess we're kind of speaking outside of relationships, but I was talking about this previously, just a few minutes ago as well too. Like, this when we talk about for men's mental health, stress issues, emotions, it runs deeper than just like just that one encounter or that one engagement. It can filter into other areas, right? Like Country Wayne was saying, like it can filter into business. It can filter into other relationships, not even romantic relationships, but just like partnerships or relationships with coworkers or whatever it is, right? Because I've had my fair share of like trust issues, you know what I mean? Like particularly in like relationships or like partnerships, and like what that causes somebody to do it. There's like strengths and limitations to that, right? I would say the strength to that would be, okay, well, I can try to figure out things on my own and it may work to a certain extent, but the limitation is you can't do everything on your own, right? You can't do everything on your own. So I want to say, as men, we shouldn't hold on to that as far as our emotions. And, if you're with somebody that is worthwhile, I think it's important to express that if they are weaponizing or like throwing that back in your face when you're expressing yourself. I feel like that is something you have to be assertive about in your communication and expressing your needs of them to not do that. And if that doesn't work, then I feel as if like it would be best for y'all to go to couples counseling. You know what I mean? Like there's only so much you can do, right? And maybe it's something within her framework, thinking, core beliefs, or something, whatever it is that she may need to work on as well too. It may not just be you because it takes two, right? But I appreciate Shaq for just bringing this up. I know he was getting a lot of heat for this, but it takes a lot of courage to be honest. It takes a lot of courage to be honest about how you feel about situations and what your core beliefs are, especially when it comes to relationships. Which is always like a controversial, especially on social media, very controversial topic. You know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Let me know what y'all think in the comments as well too. And as far as men's mental health goes, fellas, make sure you get the help you deserve. I got some resources in the comments. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that great stuff. Let me know what y'all think. Until next time, my name is Terrence Stewart. Y'all take care. Peace.